Hello, I'm Terence Chow.
I'm Herman now.
Yes, and actually for this FIP, we are doing a public screen display sharing model. We choose this topic because we are interested in it and we think there are a large awareness of public screen in the society. From the statistic, there are 40 people passing by per second per each public screen. So we think this products are accepted well in the society, and we aim to solve some problem faced by this product as well. Um, for problems like when we want to share some content, for example, an image to a group of people at one time, we can achieve this by this model because we can just post the content onto the server and the server will output the display to the display system so everyone can enjoy to see the content. This project is originally created by last year FIP student and we modify it this year to improve and mature it. The layout of the last year project is actually like this. For the system architecture, the smart devices such as tablet and smartphone is the client side, and we use Xiaomi box for the server this year. This is one of the differences between the project last year and our model because the project last year make use of a desktop to be its server, but we use Xiaomi box to replace it. From observation, we observe that there are four main disadvantages of the old project, and they are: the desktop is too costly and space consuming, and the second disadvantage is that the information grid are static, which is in this format. So we think this format of information grid is lacking of flexibility, and also screen space is not used economically as well because as what we can see, for example, this free paper does not consist of any content, but it occupies spaces as well. So this is one of the main disadvantages, and we have improved it in our model. And lastly, the layouts are relatively ordinary and the color used are relatively darker. So it is not attractive enough. So we focus on these disadvantages and we make improvement to create our more advanced display sharing system. So now I will pass to Herman to talk about what we have modified this year.
So based on our observation of last year model, we found that we have four cons of last year model. So we have four major modification on it. The first of all is the Xiaomi box. We replaced desktop or laptop with the Xiaomi box. Because Xiaomi box it's much smaller in size and it is just a few $100 and it is lower cost compared with the desktop or laptop. And also Xiaomi box, you can see that the size is really small and therefore it is much space saving compared with the desktop or laptop. And the second modification is that we make the model to be more dynamic. What means dynamic is that the content grid will change from static to dynamic, and you can see that the layout of last year model they have 8 content grid, but they are all static. It means that they have the fixed position that user or the server cannot change the position of the content grid. But now we have so-called a dynamic grid. What does that mean is that we can change the dimension of the content page. For example, is now 2 times 4, but it can be changed to 2 times 2 or 1 times 4, etc. or etc. And the third modification is the intelligent. We make the model to be more intelligent because you can see from the layout of last year model, there are some spaces are wasted. For example, as mentioned by my partner, there are 3 paper without the content, but they also occupy some spaces. So this is a kind of space wasting. And also you can see the 2 bar at the bottom. It just contains the QR code and nothing inside. So it is a kind of wasting the space. But in our model, you can see that there are 8 content page. So the screen of the web page is fully utilized. And also, when, for example, originally there are 4 content here, it just show a 2 times 2 dimension. It means the first one here, the second one here, third one here, fourth one here, and at the time that a user add a new content, that means totally we have 5 content now. The web page will change to a dimension of 2 times 3. That means the first one here, the second one here, the third one here, and the fourth one here, fifth one here, and the sixth is here. Oh, so that's similar to this this figure. That's a 2 times 3 dimension. So in other words, dimension is adjusted automatically according to the number of contents, and also the dimension can also be customized by user. That means the users can change the dimension according to their preference. So we think that the model is more intelligent compared with the last year model. And last but not least, the 4th major modification is that we introduce an eye-catching appearance. You can compare these 2 layouts. This one is last year, this one is our layout. You can see that we using more outstanding or eye-catching colors, and also the layout is more eye-catching. And also when changing the dimension, there are transition events, but we can't show that in a poster. But when we change the dimension of the layout, we can see a transition effect. So it's more outstanding layout. So my partner, we have a conclusion.
Yes, and so all in all, our new model is improved by introducing the intelligent dynamic grid layout with some more eye-catching colors and implementation of a Xiaomi box. And it changes dimension also with smooth and outstanding transition effect, which makes it look more professional. So this is our aim to maturate the last year product and make it more and more advanced and professional. And this is the end of our poster presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.